Hi, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic and addict in recovery. And today I'm doing something that I know is going to have a lot of triggers for me. I'm going to be flying and being at airports and everything involved in it. That's something that I used to do a lot of drinking while I did that. And these days, I haven't flown much since I quit drinking, even though that was 4 years ago. I haven't flown a lot since drinking. So even now, being 4 years sober from alcohol, going back to the airport still has some triggers for me. Even sitting down in a restaurant at the airport, I'm so used to ordering a beer at that point. I'm so used to trying to drink as much as possible before I get on the plane and trying to make sure I have cash to pay for my beer on the plane and all of the things that come with it. So one of the things that I have to do going into this is figure out how to deal with those triggers. And there's a lot of different ways to deal with triggers. I'm not going to go through them all today. One thing that I did want to point out is that for me, whenever I face a situation where I know I'm going to have triggers, I go through all of the good things about not drinking in that situation or not using in that situation. So, first and foremost, it's important to know what your triggers are. So, if you're early in recovery and you haven't taken time to do this, make sure you take that time to write down what your triggers are. What are the things, the situations, the people, the places that make you want to drink or use? What are the things, the people, the places, situations that get you anxious to the point where you want to use, or that make you reminisce about the old times? Anything that makes you think about using or drinking in a desirable way, know what those are. And then when you encounter those, if you're in a situation like I am today where I know I'm walking into this situation, I can start off the day by being grateful for what my day is going to be like if I don't drink. So, for example, I know that when I used to drink as much as possible on the plane before before seeing someone, for example, I would often end up being drunk before I even saw who I was going to see, and here it is noon and I'm already drunk and I've kind of ruined a part of our trip because we can't do what we expected to do. So those little things, you can think about, for example, for me, spending money on alcohol at the airport could put a $50 dent into my day each way that I'm flying. The booze is really marked up at the airport, so there's a financial benefit of not drinking. Uh, and then overall, just the feeling of being completely dehydrated at the end of a plane trip. You're already getting dehydrated when you're flying. I would often feel sick at the end of a plane trip, not nauseated, but sick, just like I was getting over a bad flu or a cold or something like that. And all of these things, when I think about them, it makes me think, well, why would I even want to drink when I'm doing something like this, when I'm traveling? And then I can get a feeling of gratitude. And that's the key that I'm trying to get to here, is that gratitude for what life or an event is going to be like without being engaged in your drug of choice. That's really nice feeling. Really nice feeling. So try to keep that kind of thing in mind. Again, I could go through a lot of other ways to deal with triggers, but that's what I'm going to stick to today just because I'm short on time. And it's really, this is what's standing out to me today as I get ready to go deal with some triggers of my own. It's important also to be prepared for, if you feel like you can't handle the triggers, to be prepared and have people you can call on. And that's why the fellowship of other alcoholics and addicts is so important in this recovery thing that we do, because sometimes it gets to be too much and you got to call on people. But today, I think I'm probably going to be okay, because I'm so grateful that I don't have to do that, and that when I get to where I'm going, I'm going to know I'm there. And that's more than I can say for some of my travels of the past. So, hope you have a good day. I'll be back here tomorrow with more.